Hello, Dr. Clark. How have you been?
I've been good, Mr. Clark. How are you?
I am doing fabulous, much better than yesterday, of course.
The attitude to have, man.
Absolutely. So, today we want to kind of just have a conversation where, so let's start it this way then. Have you ever felt motivated and like it's your day? You've got the plan, the vision, the goals. But somehow, by the middle of the day, you're mentally drained, distracted, and nothing gets done.
I've
Have
had
you?
I've had so many of those days. Yes, I have.
Mm. So that's what I want us to talk about today. What's going on, everyone? I am Alan, and I am the owner of the Infinite Elevation Enterprise. Our focus is primarily on mindset, discipline, and execution. Our law is simple: elevation enforced daily.
Hi everyone, I'm Diana, and I'm the host of Moving Forward Talk, where we focus on real stories of struggle, growth, and healing. However, in this conversation with Mr. Clark, I will focus on mental health, emotional wellness, and helping others to understand what's going on internally. Because sometimes it takes and it's deeper than just trying harder. Thank you for having me, Mr. Clark.
You're welcome. Today, we're going to bring both worlds together because, Dr. Clark, here's the truth. A lot of people right now think they're lazy and they think they lack discipline. They think something is wrong with them. But what if I told you it's not laziness, it's mental overload?
Ellen, that's a great point. And on the flip side, some people think that they just need to rest more or to feel better first. But without structure, without direction, they stay stuck in the same cycle.
And I will agree. So now you've got two conversations happening in your head every day. One voice is saying, get up,
Mm.
be disciplined, do the work. And the other voice is saying, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, and I can't do this right now. So here's what I want us to do, Dr. Clark. Let's make this real for a second. Let's talk about that person that may be out there facing this kind of reality that we're bringing forward. So let's say this is you. You wake up in the morning, you feel good, you even watch something motivational. And of course, you write your goals down. You say, today I'm going to be locking in. Today is the day I'm locking in. But then life starts happening. The mind starts racing. You check your phone because your loyal friends are calling you. And you automatically start overthinking. How do you respond to that?
What I just heard you describe, it's telling me that at that point, I am not just dealing with tasks. At that point, I am also dealing with various emotions. Could be stress, pressure, doubt, maybe even anxiety. Could be a combination of all four that I just listed.
Stress is such a common factor in so many persons' lives. But when you think about it though, you look around, the time has gone. It's already 2 p.m. What happened next?
So if it's already 2 p.m., and as you mentioned, the time is gone, and I would say the time waits on no one, right? But if it's 2 o'clock and I'm still in the same position that I was, what I'm hearing is I'm very exhausted and just cannot continue physically with my task.
So basically, nothing actually gets done. The question becomes, is that a discipline problem? Or is that a mental health problem?
And that's a very good question, Alan. Very good question. And this is where we need to define it on an individual basis, right? What does discipline looks like for me? And also the mental health. But here it is. This is where a lot of people get confused. From a mental health perspective, my brain might actually be overloaded. The brain is overloaded. Here I am. I'm burnt out, running on empty, trying to pour from a place that has nothing left. And Ellen, question for you. You just sipped from your cup, right?
I have.
Let's just say that was the last sip. Now your cup is empty. And I said to you, Alan, pour me some of what you have in your cup. How would you respond to that?
Well, at this point, if I should respond, in reality, my tea is still not done.
Mm-hmm.
But from the perspective that you're coming from, I totally get it. Because we cannot pour from an empty cup. But here's where I want to go with this. Because at the same time, if you always listen to how you feel, you'll never become who you're supposed to be. That's what I'm getting at.
let me say this. I hear your argument. I get it. However, let's reframe. Let's look at it from a different angle. If I continue to ignore how I feel completely, I'll be burnt out trying to get there.
Mm. And what makes this even crazier is we live in a time where everybody looks productive.
I totally like the way you phrase it, where everybody looks productive. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Let's take social media for an example. Social media has people thinking everyone is winning 24/7. Would you agree?
Absolutely. A lot of persons often thinks that everybody is winning, just like you said. You scroll for 5 minutes and it feels like everybody has it figured out. That's the crazy part.
Uh-huh. But what we don't think about and what we don't see is the mental pressure behind the scenes.
I agree. And that's why so many people are silently struggling, because they're trying to keep up with an image while internally they're falling apart. We're going to break this down, way down. No filter, no surface level motivation. What do you think, Dr. Clark?
Most definitely. We're going to talk about what's really happening in the mind, in your mind, in my mind, and how to actually deal with it in a healthy way.
Absolutely. In a healthy way. I like that. And more importantly, how to bring both sides together. Because the truth is, you don't need just discipline. You don't just need healing, right?
You're correct. It's like faith without work, right? Faith without work, discipline without healing, healing without discipline. What we need is both of them to connect and balance. They need alignment.
Agreed. So that's where we're heading in our next conversation. If you ever felt stuck, broken, or just feeling exhausted, we're going to break this down for you. Stay with us, because the next time we meet, it's going to be a very good conversation.
Yes, I am looking forward to it.
And I just want to say, actually, that you are not broken. Drop a comment before you leave. And of course, Go ahead and follow both of us. Of course, this is the Infinite Elevation Enterprise, where elevation is enforced daily. And until next time, Dr. Clark.
And my
See you
channel
then.
is Moving Forward Talk with Dr. Diana Clark. And remember, take care of your mind.
And share with someone who is struggling.